Hello, yes, that's right, it's Joe here for Joyrider TV, and yes, that's right, this is the Minicat 420. Now, this is the same for any boats in the Minicat range. This is certainly going to be very similar. We'll start with the biggest and most prominent parts, the hulls. Yes, the hulls are inflatable, and the purpose of the hulls is so that it floats. That's pretty obvious, I think you'll find. All right. Underneath the hulls, we've got these plastic skegs. And what the skegs are for is to stop the boat from slipping sideways and give it some directional stability. By having these skegs in the water, it means when we get the power, the pressure in the sails, that is going to try to bring the boat slightly sideways, but because we've got these skegs in the water, that's going to transfer that force and actually propel us forwards. The skegs are also going to help us when it comes to tacking and sailing upwind. The biggest part at the front is probably this bow sprit, and the purpose of the bow sprit on the Minicat is to support the jib and the forestay, because on the inflatable boat we can't anchor these to the hulls like we would on a fiberglass boat. Then from the bow sprit, we can see we've got 3 cables running back to the front beam. This one at the bottom is going to the bottom of the Dolphin Striker. And again, these cables are supporting the bow sprit so that all of this upward pull on here is being resisted by these. Makes it incredibly strong, very durable, but still very simple. Then if we have another look at the Dolphin Striker, rather than having a solid metal Dolphin Striker on the Minicat, we've just got a Dolphin Striker made of cables. And what these are doing is giving support to this central pole, stopping it from going off to the side, but they're also giving that support and pushing up slightly so that the force that the mast creates by going down isn't going to bend the beam when things start getting a bit real. Okay, then if we go to the front of the bowsprit, we have got the forestay. The forestay is holding the mast up and putting tension into the rig. It's most important when we haven't got the jib up, because the jib is also going to do the same job. Then on the forestay, we've got a small purchase system with this cleat, which means it's a lot easier to get the forestay tight. And then the first of our sails, we have got the jib. The jib is on a furler. The furler is basically a wheel at the bottom. There's a swivel at the top of the jib. So when we don't want to use the jib anymore, to stop it flapping, we can roll it up. So we can also unroll it when we're ready to sail. There we go. Very nice. So when we don't want to use the jib, we can roll that bad boy up again. Very easy, so it doesn't flap. Any rope that controls the sail is called a sheet. So attached to the jib, we've got our jib sheets, which we use to alter the angle that the jib is set at. So if the jib's flapping, we can pull it in using the jib sheet, and then next to where the jib sheet goes are these fellas that are called cleats. And what these do is they hold the rope for us so that we don't have to be holding it all of the time. Very handy. We've got a jib sheet on both sides, one for when we're sailing on each tack. Okay, and then running up the mast, we have got 2 ropes. These are called halyards. Halyards are ropes that are used to pull the sail up. So on this boat, we've got the jib halyard, which is used for pulling up the jib, and this goes to a different type of cleat. This is called a Clam cleat, which just clamps the rope there. And then on the other side, we've got the main halyard, which is used for hoisting the mainsail. One of the biggest sail controls on the catamaran is the downhaul. The downhaul pulls the sail down, and if we look at the sail as we pull it down, what happens is when we pull it down, we get shape in the sail, and that's what gives the boat its performance and its power, by having a curve in the sail, which we get by pulling on the downhaul. The trampoline is, of course, where we're going to sit, or what we're going to go across when we move across the boat. This orange strap on the trampoline is called the toe strap. We use that for putting our feet under when we're sailing the boat. That's going to make us more secure on the boat and less likely to fall off. All right, we've got the other wires that are holding the mast up. So we've got these wires. These are called side stays or shrouds. They run all the way from the sidebar up to the fitting on the mast, which is called the hounds. Don't know why it's called that, but it is. They stop the mast from falling over sideways or forwards. We've also got on the Minicat these lower shrouds, which give more support to the mast. And then, of course, we've got our mainsail. At the bottom of the mainsail is the boom. The boom gives support to the bottom of the sail. It helps for us to get more leverage using the main sheet. The main sheet is this pulley system at the back of the boat. Like with the jib sheet, we use the main sheet to control the angle of the sail. So if we pull the main sheet in, the sail comes more into the centre. If we let the main sheet out, the sail goes out towards the side of the boat. Easy. The main sheet has got a cleat on it, so that will hold the rope for us if we don't want to hold it in our hand. Now, because of the design of the boat, we've also got this rope horse. The only purpose of that is to support the lower main sheet block. And then at the back of the boat, we've got the rudder. Of course, we're going to use the rudder for steering the boat. Attached to the rudder is the rudder stock. The rudder stock is what attaches the rudder blade to the back of the boat. And then attached to the rudder stock is the tiller arm. The tiller arm is integrated with the locking mechanism for the rudder blade. So on the Minicat, the rudder blade is locked in the up or down position using these ropes. These ropes go to the cleat at the front, another clam cleat that holds the rope. And then the final piece, this is what you're going to hold when you're sailing. This is the tiller extension, because to hold the tiller from here, you're going to be very restricted in where you can sit on the boat. So we've got an extension, which means we've got much more choice of where we can sit. The final piece, haven't mentioned this yet, is the mast. I'd like to think that the mast is quite self-explanatory. So thanks for watching. If you haven't yet sailed your Minicat, there will be a video coming soon on your first time out on the Minicat, and that is going to be just here, so you can check it out. Otherwise, I'll see you soon with some more on Joyrider TV. Thank you very much.